One.
Hello. Welcome to the amazing digital circus! My name is Kane, I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to
Why
show you the
Kane?
most jaw-dropping, mind-bending, heart-stopping paraphernalia you've ever laid your eyes upon. Isn't that right, Bubble? Bubble? Bubble!
What the fuck is you? What?
Take two. Wait, what?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Chaotix Podcast, where we're going to be broadcasting live here on Twitch as well as YouTube. And we're going to be talking, finally, I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, the amazing Digital Circus episode 2 that just came out. Let's say hello to everybody else who is here. I am Rigo from Watch Pony, and joining me is Crimson Solstice. Say what's up, dude?
Sup, guys? How you been? I don't know what's gonna watch.
You had it. Halfway through, you had it.
Yes, I had it, but I don't know how to introduce myself. My fingers and toes are going all over the place. Yeah, see this mic right here that's covering my arm. Just gonna grab it. Trying to grab it and touch
All right.
it.
What the hell,
Gonna
man?
make it
While he's
feel
calibrating
the-
his arm, let's say hi to Wyrmwurm. Say what's up, dude.
What's up?
Do you have like a black
Yeah.
screen in the background? Because I actually see my arm past your polar here.
What?
Yeah, my arm's like past your pole. I can actually. Oh, can I? My arm,
What?
Want to touch him?
Oh, Crimson, he's talking crazy.
He
He's
is
gonna
talking
obstruct.
I can
crazy.
touch his shoulder.
Crimson's gonna
The shoulder
Crimson's gonna
touch.
obstruct.
That's not my shoulder. That's literally my microphone right here.
No, my arm is down.
What?
No, it's not. It's touching my microphone.
I'm saying my
Oh
arm
wait,
is
I
down.
can't see the screen. That's why.
Well, I can't see
Oh.
it because of the lag, because you're not even screen sharing, so I don't even see what's happening.
The lag.
It's delayed. Very delayed.
Oh, on the
Oh my god.
YouTube or
Oh, I forgot my
Twitch?
phone.
On the podcast. Like, I see you trying to touch me, and I'm like, get away. Stop touching my microphone.
I see down there is like all chromed up because I don't know what is that. Cheer? Is that follow? I don't know what the fuck is that.
And lastly, we have Blaze joining us. Say what's up, Blaze.
You skip word.
Ah, cha cha.
No, he didn't.
No, he just wanted one. Or is it this is greeting? All right. I'm gonna try it
If you
again.
were paying attention, not playing with your hands, you would have heard.
What about
Worm.
Yes.
But anyways, ha cha cha, everybody! It's me, BlazeGunner, and I'm glad to be here for another wonderful day in the talks of the Digital Circus. Do I get my paycheck
Yep.
now? Alrighty.
Wait a minute. Wait, Crimson, why did you write funny tales and joking details? But you wrote tails as in like animal tails?
I forgot how to spell tails.
It's
Right. It's just the wrong tails.
My bad. I forgot there how to spell tails for a bit.
You're fired.
Oh my gosh. We can't fire him. He's our mascot. He's the only furry here.
Fuck you.
What? Is being a
What?
furry a bad thing?
No.
Excuse me?
It's
I
one for
guess.
them.
Everyone in the world points it as a bad thing. So
Apparently Crimson thinks it's a bad thing. He just dropped an F-bomb at me just because I called him a furry.
Shh.
oh.
Whoa.
Recognize that
Uh-oh.
Mile away.
Uh-oh. What's going
Oh
on?
no!
I hear a voice from the distance.
I hear the ghost.
It's the moon one.
The ghost of
Oh.
Christmas suck.
I recognize that bark from a mile away. It was also being loud for no reason.
I thought it was Rigo.
You know, maybe
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
there's a
reason
lot
why-
of voices you recognize here. Man. Which one are you referring to?
I bet $5 on it.
You bet $5 on Rigo?
$5.
But never mind, you'll buy his ankles. So.
I'll buy his ankles. It was something about ankles and $5 on Rigo.
Ankles? What?
I think she wants to fight. How would that be? I'll win.
Kids these days.
Why do you want to fight? I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, I already know I'm.
Yeah. Why does everyone want to solve everything with violence?
It's okay, Rigo. I'll always win.
I like to solve problems with diplomacy.
No,
All
I
right.
mean,
It's okay, folks. He never been in a fight.
That's because I'm too smart to be in a fight.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
literally
too-
what
I'm
my
too
dad
clever.
said. The real story, when I was a kid and my mom saw like my other kids like in my class like signing up for like karate class, my mom was like, "Hey, we should sign up our son to go to karate class. You know, he could learn how to fight, defend himself and stuff." And my dad literally said, no joke, "Nah, he's too smart to get into a fight." But realistically, I think he just didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, that's a smart thing.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to love the Power Rangers. So I thought joining a karate class would have been awesome because that would have made me one step closer to being a Power Ranger.
Did it?
Heck
My-
yeah.
My brother's drawing Power Rangers right now.
Oh,
hell
yeah, your brother's an artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is Power Rangers now? That's crazy.
Ooh.
Probably in their 40s, 30s to 40s, somewhere around that area.
I would say like probably 45 or so.
I think that might be a bit too much.
No, because like, what was it?
Let's see, in
1997
America-
they started the Power Rangers.
The very first American version of the Mighty
Whoa.
Morphin Power Rangers premiered in 1993. So that would make it my age, about 32.
That's
Or-
the American version, right? Not the Sentai version.
The American version, yeah.
You said Power Rangers
the,
specifically.
if we were to count the
Yeah.
Japanese version, you know, like essentially Saibon, you know, style shows,
Sentai.
Sentai,
Super Sentai.
sorry,
Super Sentai, yeah.
Super Sentai. That is a whole another can of worms that I don't want to get into, but I'm pretty sure somebody on YouTube made like a 40-minute documentary of it.
Did they?
Yep. But yes, we're not here to talk about the Power Rangers. Although, if the Power Rangers were to be an amazing digital circus, how do you think they would look like? Oh my gosh, what if they were like the Megazord? What if a Megazord was fighting the giant chocolate monster from the Fudge from like episode 2? That would be so fun.
Yeah, but the
Wait till-
Fudge in that episode was so nice. What would it do wrong?
Nice. He murdered everyone.
We didn't
Oh,
get to
yeah,
see
it was
that.
He
Yeah.
said it that he liked their screams and it ate everybody.
Yeah. The Fudge is a psycho.
Yeah, we didn't get to experience seeing that part. I want to see that part, the bloodshed and everything else being eaten, devoured.
I mean, just because it wasn't explicitly shown doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah. Plus
Yeah.
it was hinted that that's what happened after they left the portal.
Yep. And mostly Jack is a. Just, yeah. Well, he just did a lot of bad karma right there. And just
Actually,
stats.
Crimson sounds a lot like Jax right now, saying
Oh,
like,
hell no.
we didn't get to see any of the carnage." You know, that's literally what Jax was like. He was like, "This is so uneventful. I was expecting bloodshed, chaos, you know, fighting."
I mean, there
Mhm.
wasn't really that much action to the episode, but yeah.
Yeah, even though Jack wanted more action in it.
Yeah.
He's like, too bad.
Actually, there is this one thing I've been wanting to hear ever since we talked about this. Worm, you had a theory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
should we-
waiting to hear that theory for the whole time. Like, what's gonna say? What's gonna say?
Same here. We've been saving for it. Should we jump into theories now, or should we give our reviews of the episode first?
I say we do theories and then we do the reviews.
All right, then let's jump to theories. Worm, do you want to go first?
I'll go last just in case.
Okay, then. I have a few theories about this episode. In a lot of like theory crafting for this series, a lot of people like to speculate that this digital circus, whether it be a video game or a program or whatever, takes place in the 90s because everything's so old-fashioned looking. But I think the show is a bit too modern for that. I think it's probably taking place like either within the past 10 years, so like early 2000s to 2010 sort of era of time. And the reason why is because of the language that they use. Maybe it's just a little oversight, but like there's moments of where Ragatha uses the word vibe. There's moments where Pomni uses the word hype. There's moments of where Jax references Augustus Gloop from an old school movie, which is, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, when they're floating in a chocolate river. All of them are, using terminology that's way too like frequent if it was the 90s. Like 90s people wouldn't be using that. Plus, I bet they also just didn't want to 90 up the whole, dialogue, because that would also be very like, obvious. But the other reason that compels me is that Pomni knows surprisingly a lot about video games. Like, for example, when Pomni fell into the, that asset room where, Gummy Goo discovered all of his, assets, just frozen there. Like, the very first question he asks is, "Where are we?" And Pomni literally answers him that we're probably under the map. Pomni is still super confused, but she knows that there's maps in this game. She knows that it's still a game and that games are made up of maps. And then, says, "Why aren't you here?" Pomni says, "Because we're not NPCs," she says very shyly. So she knows what an NPC is. So Pomni definitely knows, like, a lot of terminology that a lot of modern gamers tend to know. In the early 90s, there were definitely NPCs and there were definitely maps in video games, but those weren't terminologies that people would spew left and right as easily as our modern gamers do right now. Nowadays, we definitely talk about AI, we talk about NPCs, we talk about video game maps easily. And Kane, too, he also was mentioning to Zubul, being like, "I'm testing out a new AI." And like in the 90s, AI wasn't too advanced for it to be tested in video games so much. And let's face it, the video game characters in Digital Circus, the NPCs, they're very advanced. They can think for themselves. Like Gummy Goo, they can have an existential crisis. Like the princess can have concern at the very end and realize, wait, you did what? At the end of the episode. Mm-hmm. And even like the monster has moments of where he's like, "Ooh, you're candy, I'm gonna eat you." And then Ragatha's, "Wait, we're not candy." He's like, "Oh, you're not? Whoops." And then, gave his backstory and stuff. He is very compromisable as well as a monster. Back then in games of the 90s, NPCs would literally just do one purpose. Hell, they would repeat the one line over and over again. They'd be like a robot animatronic being like, "Hello, adventurer. Hello." And that's it. Like these NPCs are very advanced. So it's just leading me to think that this is a way more modern story than a lot of people tend to be theorizing it is. But that's the only theory I have cooking up. Everything else seems very straightforward for me.
Well, I would like to slightly correct you.
Sure, go for it.
So, in case you weren't aware, actually, let me double check this. Let's see. I was gonna say the first Fallout games, the first two.
The Fallout games.
Yeah, Fallout 1 and 2.
Fallout. Yeah, what date did those come out? Those came out pretty early too, like in the early 90s, I think.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it's like the early 2000s or the late 90s.
Let me look it up while you're asking your thing.
Because those games had really they don't repeat as you said, but like they do, but they had a lot of prompts.
Right. The first Fallout came out 1997. That's pretty valid.
Okay. So anyways, my point is just because you talk to an NPC doesn't mean it's going to give one response or just a random response, but you give them a prompt and they give out specific responses based upon said prompts. And here they give, as you said, existential crisis upon learning the truth.
Okay.
Not much, but slightly different.
What the hell was that? Exactly.
What the hell?
Crimson?
It burns!
Drink water.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Are you spiced out from the freaking hot links?
Shut up!
What thing to say?
All right.
I need
Anyways, sorry to disturb. You may continue, Worm.
So yeah, it's not simply just talking to them would only provide one response, but if like your what you say to them is they give a response based upon said prompt.
Hmm. Okay, I could definitely agree to that because yeah,
Kind of like an
It is quite true.
example from Fallout 2's dialogue,
yeah.
which is
I could
highly
definitely
hilarious.
agree that like back then games were definitely pretty advanced, especially with their NPCs.
Yeah.
But do you think they used AI kind of like what Kane is describing? Oh, actually, Kane did mention I'm testing a new AI with this one. It's guaranteed to be 58% more immersive. Do you think maybe that's why Gummy Goo is so smart that he could actually have an existential crisis?
Yeah, he's making the AIs a little more smarter in that one, 50% smarter, or
Yeah.
more self-aware.
Because that spawns the new question. When Kane destroyed Gummy Goo, and his explanation was that he can't be having NPCs hanging out with humans because who knows what will happen. It made it seem like that happened before. It made it seem like Kane, like literally the creator of or like the ruler of this world, he himself can't even tell the difference between an NPC and a human because the NPCs are so close to humans.
If I remember correctly, Kane himself is an AI as well.
Yeah, his character description says a rogue AI, correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let me double check. But anyways, since it's a lot easier for a human to see the uncanny valley, whereas something that isn't human to see it, so he would more easily get confused what canon isn't human.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, that's the one advantage that humans have that over AIs is that AIs can't tell the difference between what is AI and what isn't. And humans definitely can. If we see something uncanny, if we see something slightly off, if we can solve those CAPTCHA, tests a lot easier than robots can.
Yeah, but if you see AI art, there's some solidly good ones if they're trained properly that can pass off as like an actual photo person.
Oh, absolutely. But like, can you program AI to spot the difference between an AI picture versus a real picture?
Probably.
And who would do a better job, a human or an AI?
If its sole purpose of existence is trained to find other things, probably the AI itself.
Then we should probably get on that because I would love to see that, human versus AI, who can spot the flaws in AI artwork?
I'd say it wouldn't find the flaws so much as say like, this doesn't seem right because this seems like overly logical, or this is what I would do, and it's almost like the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm
it's
just
too
saying,
perfect.
there was a few images that I would like prompt in like an image generator, and I saw a funny example of say put salmon in like someone created an image of a river, with a stream of water and stuff, and then someone prompted put salmon in the river, and instead it was actually fillets of salmon just floating inside the water. And I was like, okay, technically that's true, but that's not what I wanted.
A lot of those aren't going to come out right because it literally doesn't know what it's doing.
Exactly.
just-
Yeah.
However, that's why you have to make several hundreds, if not thousands, of them to get a proper result.
Mm.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all I got. My only take is that I theorized that this digital circus is happening a bit more modern. Wait, was there anything else, John, you wanted to say? Because that point about early NPCs in the early '90s being advanced does actually seem to validate your point. But everything else I say, the dialogue they use, the technology they use, and how Pomni, despite not being too, game savvy, can still point out things like maps and NPCs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any other theories anyone else has before I go.
Mm-mm.
No, I got nothing.
So, as you said, there's a possibility that Kane doesn't want NPCs mixing up with people because he can't tell the difference, or there's some consequences if that happens, which could be not telling the difference between who is and who isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
So, the speculation I've read is Kane has either deleted a player, like Gangle and Zubul and Jax and such, or he's actually deleted the creator.
Actually, if you think about it, there's other rooms besides players right now. And they
Yeah.
actually
Could be the
had
people
original
out.
characters. And
When they
what theory I
accidentally-
had is that before the rest of the new players came in, Kane got rid of the old ones. Or that they got replaced by them. Say like the clown. He was replaced by the jester.
Well, he got abstracted.
Mm-hmm.
And when Kane was like, oh no, Kaufmo abstracted, and he turned into that big old eyeball monster,
Yeah.
he, instead of destroying him like gummy goo, where he could literally just snap his fingers and explode him, he instead snaps his fingers to open a big hole in the floor and put him into the cellar. And in the cellar, you saw there's even more of those things inside. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's definitely more than one instance of where a human became abstracted, but he can't destroy them. So he just puts them inside this cellar.
I think he can. I think he just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Because they're human?
Yes.
Okay, but if they're an NPC, he very easily, without even blinking, is just boom, dead.
Yes. Anyways,
Mhm.
as for the other rooms, I'm going to assume that's just the abstracted players.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That those previous rooms were just previous players, but they just got abstracted.
Yeah. And since they're still technically alive, you're just kind of holding on to them,
Yeah.
at least until they can be okay.
I mean, I did see that before Jax, there was a dog person.
A dog person?
Yeah. It
Oh, yeah.
It showed
There's a
one of the
dog door.
doors when they're introducing the rooms.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's what it said. Like how one was getting replaced by the other. The clown got replaced by a jester. The dog got replaced by Jax.
No, I don't think that's necessarily true because in the first episode, they're doing the intro and they just said Kaufmo's not here today. And then Pomni kind of showed up trying to remove what seems like an Oculus type of headset. And from the sounds of it, she was coincidentally entering as Kaufmo was coincidentally abstracting. So the timing just happened to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Jax literally mentioned, if this is a new character, we're going to have to redo this whole theme song. And to which Zubul is like, I don't want to do that again.
I'm not doing that. I know
Yeah.
when episode 2 happened, I was hoping we were gonna get like a new intro, like said a Cosmo at the end was gonna show Pomni.
Right,
There's
yeah.
Pomni too. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no, what Crimson mentioned is actually pretty popular.
That
Here, let me screen
replacement.
share for you.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, when they're walking through the hall, we see the dog, which is right there, but then we see this like anteater looking character over here. You guys see those?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we pause a little bit more, see some more doors. There's Ragatha.
Yeah, you see
Oh,
them
oh,
crossed out.
That was like a purple monster. I missed
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. What was that? What was that? Grimace?
Yeah, see, there was a dog.
Let's see.
What the hell is that?
It looks like a pink one eye. I can't tell if
Maybe
that's
it's
an
an
eye or a
open
mouth.
mouth. It's like a big
it looks
open
like
mouth.
A giant bubblegum monster. I don't know. Bubblegum.
If I remember, they actually made whole art style of the previous characters.
Oh yeah, one of the most popular ones is actually like right along the door too. A lot of these are those blank mannequins too. I think those are probably going to be for future unassigned characters. There's Jax. There's Pomni. So Jax's room is right next to Ragatha's room. I just realized that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, look at that. They're neighbors. That's so funny. And Jax is probably the worst neighbor to be with. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think it was right around. Oh wait, no, I think that's gonna be Gangle. I think Gangle's room is next. I put it in slow motion. Now I regret it. Look at Ragatha's face.
Well, you
She's
can make
very.
it go a little more faster while it's in slow motion.
I want to see. Oh, there it is.
There's the queen.
Queenie. That the fans are dubbing this character Queenie, as in
Kinger, Queenie.
Yeah, Kinger and Queenie.
Yeah, and I can see that.
A lot of people were like, "Oh no, that's Kinger's like wife, and who abstracted, and oh whoa, then no wonder Kinger is so paranoid about everything." And they really love to run this character. Like they fully fleshed out a whole backstory for her in some cases.
Wow. I wonder you could actually. I wonder their room is still there. Like, do you still have access to their room, or will it just be like an empty room with nothing in?
It's like an empty room.
Then why keep the pictures then of them?
I'm pretty certain what was there is still there. It's just no one's just going there consistently, at least.
Mm-hmm. There's Zubo's room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think their rooms could still be there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if they're not around anymore, why keep their faces on the door? Unless maybe King is like, well, okay, he gets confused between the NPCs and the real people. Maybe he still keeps the pictures of the people on the door so he doesn't forget who were the actual people. To be, oh yeah, that person is distracted. Hey, I'm just guessing here.
Well, actually, fun fact: when you go through the item shop here at Glitch, you could actually see their rooms inside their pins. Like, let's go to their pins. There we go. Pins. Apply. And yeah, you could see here that that's Pomni's room. That's Kane's stage. That's Jax's door outside. Kinger in his pillow fort. Gangle's room is surprisingly dark and kind of like a hotel-looking place. Ragatha has a piano and like a bookshelf, very bright. Zubal's room has a bunch of Zubal parts, and Bubble is also on stage too. So yeah, the merch gives you a little glimpse of inside their rooms, which, looking inside Pomni's room, this is accurate. This is her room. It has these big old blocks, a bed, dresser.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jax though is weird. Look at his room. His is from the outside. His name is broken from the sign. He literally broke his own nameplate with the bowling ball, and the void is on the corners, ripped and charred.
Yeah, like, Jack, why are you hiding? Why are you hiding, Jack?
So his is very weird.
So that leads to one of the other theories I've had. that instead of the creators having been deleted, maybe one of the original players has been deleted and was replaced by an NPC, which would be potentially Jax. And I wanted to say Ragatha at the beginning, but now I'm thinking the other one could have been Zubul. Or not Zubul, Gangle.
Oh, Gangle.
Hmm.
Which
Oh,
one's
you think
which one's
Gangle is an NPC?
I think either Gangle or Jax are my main two guesses.
You know,
Gangle
I heard
Link.
about a lot. Think like Jax is NPC.
Yeah.
Well, he's
So-
definitely doing a lot of NPC-like things. He's definitely playing the game the most. Or, he engages with the game the most. And he loves to, his love of chaos and adventure makes him a lot more like, of a player compared to everybody else where they try to avoid danger. He purposely drives everyone into danger. But most importantly, he's the one who breaks physics the most in this series. He's the one who is like breaking signs, but like because they randomly pop up. He's the one who is, like talking to the camera and breaking the fourth wall. He's the one who messes with the characters and their designs. He's like, yeah, let me throw Pomni and stretch her out into a bridge because her body's elastic. Uses the cartoon physics the most.
That's
Mhm.
true.
For
Yeah,
me,
everybody else doesn't really do that.
for me, the logic is how aggressive he is. He is very antagonistic. He is an asshole, to put it simply, because his role in the story was to just be the dislikable character who pushes them forward while just being an aggressor. And he, as an AI, or at least an older one, can't really change too much, so he's always going to be a terrible person.
Sorry, I pushed the wrong.
I was like, who that?
And
Dude.
for Gangle, her mood changes with her mass. So if her mass changes, her entire demeanor, personality also changes with it.
Hmm.
Which is something that can be weirdly AI because as a human, unless you're like bipolar, your personality, your mood shouldn't change at a drop of a hat like that so easily. And in the second episode, Jack said, shouldn't you be agreeable and submissive? Which an AI is supposed to go along with whatever the players tell them to do.
Ah, true.
I guess. Yeah, makes you think.
But yeah, I say 70% to Jax for being the AI, and 30% on Gangle.
What do you guys think of that? Blaze, you're our resident Gangle fanatic. What do you think about this theory?
Oh, it does sound very interesting. I'm like, yeah, that's
it
a
does sound very interesting.
good point. Yeah. Who's sus?
It does make you curious because how they broke the fourth wall to go into the rebound place.
Mm-hmm.
It does make you think, like, what if there's actually other places like that? But
Wait, what?
The rebound place.
What?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, when they had the T-posing of the
Yeah, the rebound.
Okay.
of the
So-
entities. Yeah.
The fourth wall refers to the stage and you, the watcher. So that's not a
Talking
fourth
to the
wall.
audience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, when they go into that developer's room, with all the assets, that's not breaking the fourth wall. That's still part of the show. But when Jax is like looking into the camera or talking to the viewer, that's breaking the fourth wall because he's trying to reach out to. They know that they're in a show, whereas Pomni and Gummigoo, they don't know that they're in a TV show or a YouTube video or whatever.
Yeah. And actually, there's another thing about Jax, is how he was able to access Kaufmo and Pomni's rooms because he had keys and he was able to take the key from Ragatha. He was able to exploit the physics as potentially someone that is a part of the system maybe can do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was another theory I heard, saying that the reason why Jax has so many keys is because he's trying to find the key to the exit. Find the exit and open that door.
Nah, you know what I think? I think Jax is a hacker. Like maybe he's trying to find backlogs and trying to use a broken codes to try to access things that are inaccessible. Like that could be a possibility too. I mean, like I was thinking about this too when someone pointed out that Kinger is strangely obsessed with bugs. But that led me to think, what if Kinger was, before sucked into the digital circus, was actually a bug tester? And his whole job was to search for bugs in video games, which leads to his fascination of insect collections and, pointing out they even have little candy bugs here and, things like that.
Could he just been an entomologist?
He could be that too. But like, what if that's like what they're subtly hinting towards? And maybe everybody else has also like, other characteristics because Ragatha is very much, the optimistic sort of like almost like the tutorial kind of character. And Gangle is very much, like you mentioned, Worm, a character that can change their emotions at the drop of a whim. One moment she's happy and looking at the kingdom, but then, someone trips her or pushes her, breaks her mask, and now she's sad and bummed and like, oh man, again.
I do question why she has two masks. Like, can't she just replace the sad mask with a happy mask and let the sad mask fall?
Well, not if the happy mask keeps breaking.
I know, man. They don't give her a break, man. She barely gets to say a single. She doesn't even get the chance to say a full word without someone pushing her and be like, "Whoops." That's the sadness.
One of the reoccurring jokes that they're doing.
Yeah, that's when I saw this. I'm like, is this going to be a reoccurring joke in the series? She's going to get a chance to say something, and then boom, nah, match broken. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed about these characters is that their personalities also warp a little bit by their design. For example, Zubul. Zubul is inspired by one of these like funky toys that are also kind of like Zubuls or Oogies or Boobies or something like that. But either way, it's a toy where you could swap out arms and swap in a different arm. They're like a real life toy. You could actually like Mr. Potato Head your own toy, and they have tons of different things. Because Zubul had a different appearance from the first episode too. Even Zubul's plushie, you could remove the limbs and rearrange them if you want. Ragatha has the interesting ability to kind of not feel pain. Because her body is full of stuffing, she could literally be like throwing a cleaver like an axe straight to her head and be totally fine. Get pierced by the frickin' spikes of the truck and be totally fine. And then later have her arms get sucked through her torso and popping out of her back. Yeah, and she's totally fine still. Like she's still like, doesn't even hurt. The only time she was ever in pain was when she was glitching and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then lastly is Jax, because I really think that Jax's design is just more of a cartoon. He's using cartoon logic, like when everybody was falling down the when the truck was falling down over the edge into the chocolate. Jax was actually just standing still and tapping his foot as if he's on the ground instead of obeying the laws of physics and getting pulled by the truck. And he does funny things like that. He does like when the bowling alley the spare sign shows up, he has no hesitation to just grab that thing and just break it with his knee and for like no reason. Like he does a lot of cartoony things, and I think maybe that's just because he has a very cartoony design, which means he could do a lot of cartoony like physics.
Maybe.
Not so much for Pomni. Pomni still very much has like, the most human looking body and has the most human looking attributes. She can, of course, stretch herself very much. So that's one cartoony thing she can do. But Kinger, surprisingly, doesn't do a lot with his body.
Well,
Kinda, like
he's
it's just
only-
a floating pair of eyes.
The only thing that happened was his hands came off his body when he was trying to grab Zubo's head.
Yeah.
He's like, huh,
Yeah.
nigga, you motherfucker.
That was a
I was
good
like,
one.
what the fuck?
Although he is strong enough to literally throw an anchor right at Pomni, though. That was funny.
To be fair,
remember.
there are
Mhm.
only 2 episodes so far, so it's not fair
Yeah.
to say that he
Yeah, we got-
didn't have
We
anything.
probably got like a whole
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. I want to see
But,
more
yeah.
Zubul.
Yeah, she was like mostly absent in the second episode. She was there in the beginning and at the very end.
Yeah, same thing with the first episode. She was like, I'm not gonna do this, gets captured, and then we don't see her until the end of the episode.
Yeah, is that gonna be a recurring joke for her as well? She's always gonna be not involved much. I don't know.
Probably not. I think
Hopefully
there's a
so.
limit to like having a certain number of characters per episode. Like first one was the introductory episode, so they have to have everybody participate to a degree, and after that you have the main character, which would be Pomni for this case, and everyone can start doing their own things afterwards.
Mhm.
They can have a smaller cast and more concentrated characterization and story.
Yeah.
The only thing I question. I mean, I know we're only on the second episode, so who knows what's more to come in the
Oh,
future.
yeah. I'm
But
waiting for
just
more episodes to come already.
Yeah. I'm just because when the pilot came out, I was looking at Kane was introducing Pomni to the lake and the carnival place. I'm like, are we ever gonna get to those places? I mean, I'm like, oh wait, then well, we're only on like 1 or 2 episodes, so we might be there in the future.
Did
like,
they
stay
show the
around.
Kenny place during that episode?
No, that didn't exist at that point.
Huh.
No. Drawing yourself in the digital lake or perform a lottery at the fairground. I'm like, oh, all right, I want to see them go to those places.
Yeah. Every other
Hopefully.
place is like access through portals. I mean, that candy kingdom was actually really cool.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome looking. I
Yeah.
liked it.
It was surprisingly empty though. It was very barren.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing they built for that place is, like these rocks, the castle, and the princess, and that's really it. Like,
I mean, it didn't really
think
need anything else.
yeah, everybody else was a mannequin, but they were colorful mannequins. But
Yeah,
it would have
they-
been cool if it was like Adventure Time and everybody was like, animated candy. But I also understand that would have been a ton of work, and
It
that would
would.
have been way too much effort for Glitch Studios to do. So I
Yeah.
understand
When
why they did mannequins instead.
I was looking at the mannequin, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can tell that they're just the same mannequin, but hey, let's just pretend they're like gummy people. Maybe they're all made of like gummies. They're mannequin gummies people.
I
So-
mean,
That was very cool.
it's already probably kind of difficult changing Zubal's design every episode.
That's kind of true because then wouldn't they have to get more pieces for her?
Yeah, and they probably have to
Yeah.
adjust the
Actually-
rig a little bit because if you saw how she walked in the first and second episodes, it's 2 different methods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the way she walked in this newest episode was so jank. I was like,
So-
what the hell? Why did she choose that leg?
So yeah, adjusting the rig for that as an animator is
Mhm.
pretty annoying.
Actually, I had a question about Zubal's. I mean, I don't know it really did that matter or it was actually there from the first pilot, but did you guys notice that Zubal had like a black and white like thing on her chest
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what's that? Okay, I remember have seen that from the first episode, but unless it was just something. Or
Yeah,
it was
no,
just an extra
Zubul can
piece.
also swap out her chest piece. That's one of the things she could swap out. Yeah, in this episode, like, actually, I have both episodes. Let me see if I can pull them up side by side.
Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing.
It's actually, let me see if I could. Almost
The
there.
fairgrounds. Yeah, gonna eat some digital corn dogs.
Here we go. There we go. All right. And pause here. All right. So this is how Zubul looks in the first episode. And this
And I
is how
think
she looks in the second.
She has like
See,
a
her
boomerang or
headpiece is
something.
already different. this one is different. That one is the same. The chest piece is a circle thing.
Oh yeah,
This
and her
piece
left
is a-
arm. Her
Yep.
left arm in that one was like a crab hand. This one is like purple. So
Yep.
I'm guessing like every day she just puts on like a different piece every time.
Yep, and
So
her
different.
classic leg was like a cane-looking thing and a big, shoe. For this new episode, she swapped out for a boomerang foot. Like, look at that. Like, look at that walking animation.
No, that's a walking stick.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that, yeah. Look at
So-
Gango looking all happy.
I remember while watching Miraculous Ladybug,
You watched that?
what?
You watched that?
Yeah,
I know,
Miraculous
not-
Ladybug is a good show.
It's
Thank you.
okay. It's not great.
Dang, Chris, and you're like,
I think
you
it's just-
sounded upset about that. You're like, you watched that?
Yeah, because I hear about it, I just never watch it.
It's okay.
It's a good
It,
show.
it
I
starts
like it.
good
But
and
anyways,
gets worse.
that's not the point. Why'd you bring up Ladybug?
Anyways, the creator, like on his Twitter, he generally answers the questions and that people have. And one of the questions, like sometimes people say, like, "Hey, why can't we see the characters in other clothing?" Like, "Oh, we don't change the clothing because it costs money to change their appearances to do stuff like that very often."
Mm.
And as a studio, that can get expensive and take too much time, so they rather not do it. So it's impressive that Glitch or Gooseworks is willing to do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Zubo at least, because Zubo, yeah, her things are all like full different models of like different parts.
And another thing with Zubul is, if I remember correctly, she's supposed to be in her early 20s, like 22, 24.
Yeah, I think I remember that too. Zubul is more on the younger side, along with Jax.
Yeah.
I think Jax is like canonically the youngest of the group. I think like 21 or something.
Okay, so Zubul's 22 and a half.
22 and a half. Oh, damn. Well, that explains why she's such a, leave me alone teenager kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, I'm assuming since she's in a college age, she's finding herself and translating that as a character that's swapping out pieces until she's whole or the proper person that she wants to be. Like,
Actually, there's a fun little detail I discovered. Man, I keep sharing my screen. But anyways, it's actually from the earlier videos from Meet the Cast. Oh wait, that's not in this one. That's all the way in Gooseworks' channel.
and Jax is 22.
Jax is 22. Well, so they're both practically the same age.
Yep.
Interesting.
Zubul's just about half a year older.
Interesting. But yeah, Meet the Gang. So Meet the Gang, of course, is, where we meet these characters for the first time. And that's when I learned that Ragatha is indestructible. She could literally get hit by an axe in the face and just laugh it off. And Jax, like, look at that. He makes these little things pop up. I don't know if that's his design or they were just doing it for the video or whatever. But the interesting thing about, there's Gangle. And here is Zubul. The interesting thing about Zubul is that after she put her body together, her antennas were driving her nuts and she had to swap them. So I think she gets uncomfortable if her body parts are not the right way.
Huh.
Yeah,
Like-
it can be seen like as you're growing up, just being uncomfortable with your body. So wouldn't be super surprised if she comes out as like a trans character, like discovering themselves.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I was like, that's an interesting quirk. Like, maybe she changes her body parts because on some days it feels wrong or it feels itchy or something. Like she has an urge that she needs to fix it. And because of that, she's constantly changing her body.
The term you're searching for is body dysmorphia, I believe it's called.
Body dysmorphia? Oh, I thought that was
Sounds like a
just when
spell.
you perceived your body as in a different way.
Was that like the somewhat the first episode, or what was that?
Body dysmorphia is a disorder. Disorder is a mental health condition in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, this video was uploaded by Gooseworks before the first episode even released. It was essentially made to promote the digital circus. That's where this video comes from, Crimson. Because before digital circus, Gooseworks used to do stuff for Hasbin Hotel, used to do things for collabs, used to animate things for like music, actually made music too. And yeah, did a lot of stuff before starting digital circus. This one's really funny though, but it's also very creepy too, because Gooseworks is very much a weirdo, like all of these things. In fact, fun little Easter egg. You remember the line in The Amazing Digital Circus where the Gloink Queen finally spits out Zubal's head? And then Kinger was like, "Thank goodness you're all right. You didn't experience a game show in there, did you?" You remember that line?
Yeah.
That was actually a little bit of an Easter egg from this one video, a 16-minute animation called Little Runbo. And there's one scene where Rumbo gets eaten. Like, you see Rumbo is a video game character. And, just has 2 lives left and has to figure out how to go through this obstacle. But yeah, let me speed it up to, I think, at around, yeah, a lot happened.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's right here. I'm not going to play the audio because, I don't want, the stream to get, blamed. But yeah, poor little sucker gets eaten, and then boom, a game show happens. If you want to see the rest, if you want to see the rest, I'll let you guys see it. But yeah, just go to Gooseworks' own channel, and
so it's like a little nod to like a reference to one of his works in the past.
Her works.
Hey,
Gooseworks is G.
Yep. One of Gooseworks' works. I'm like, hey, yep. I'm like, okay, that makes sense now when Kinger asked that.
Yeah. That's a fun little Easter egg there.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Darkness.
What about you, Crimson? Do you have any theories?
I already said my theories. It's the theories I heard, not no.
I'm still Sonic the Hedgehog. I just saw that.
Yeah, that was most of mine. It was the theories I heard, not no.
No.
I mean, we don't know any of them. That's why we call them hypotheses and theories, because we don't know the truth, because they can still be proved wrong.
I guess that's true.
And when they become true, it's not a theory anymore or a hypothesis. It's just a fact.
Or just flat out wrong. But now let's jump into a more fun thing. Let's jump into our favorite parts from the episode.
What part?
Oh man, don't all start at once.
I mean, generally you say like, hey, you start first, or...
Yeah.
Well, I'll start first. One of my favorite scenes has always been the comforting scenes that make me feel like, oh, there's hope. And one of the most awkward things that I feel is how bad I feel for Ragatha. Ragatha is simply trying to make sure that everybody's okay. Trying to be, there for Pomni. But Pomni at the same time is also kind of like, not too warm to Ragatha just yet. Still feels very awkward, especially after what happened the episode before. And if I remember correctly, this is literally the morning after. Like, you remember Ragatha knocking on Pomni's door?
Yeah.
She says yesterday was the day that, we ended up, getting attacked by Kaufmo, the abstracted. So that's poor Pomni. Like literally on day one, goes through all of that, and then literally the next day goes through all of all of what happened in the Candy Kingdom. You know, makes a new friend and then has that friend get obliterated in front of her face. Like poor Pomni, I swear she's not getting a break at all.
You know, it does have me questioning. If Kane ever became extracted, what will happen to the rest of the group?
I don't know if Kane can be extracted because Kane is an AI and he knows he's in a game. Like he knows the limits, he knows what he can control, and he also knows what he can't control, aka the unknown or the void, as he calls it.
And the minds of everybody.
Yes. Yep. He very easily points it out, being like, one of the things I can't control, or you know, the void, not even I know what goes on in there. So he very much is self-aware of what he can and can't do. So I think he probably doesn't have too much of a risk in terms of getting abstracted himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with him that I don't think he can be abstracted.
But let's play the what if scenario. If Kane were to become abstracted, what do you think would happen to the whole digital circus? Do you think the whole game would just crash? Because I think it would break, honestly. I think that's enough for the whole game to just crash.
I'd say no. I'd equate him more to a moderator, where
Okay.
he has he can ban people and mess things up, but he himself cannot crash it. His job is to moderate and maintain the systems, but he himself cannot break it.
Do you think there's somebody more powerful than Kane in this digital circus?
The creator.
Yeah.
could be
the
something.
one that created Kane, but we don't know anything much about anything else outside of that.
So far.
Yeah. Because so far, Kane is the most powerful character here from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Literally, the princess refers to Kane as God. So Kane is so far the god of this universe so far. So it would be interesting to see who is the one that created Kane. Because then, by their logic, it would be who we could see who was the one that created God.
Yep.
Some created God?
Yeah, Kane is God.
Oh my god.
I mean, you think about it, yeah, he kind of is God.
All right. But yeah, that's a fun theory to think about. So the game wouldn't break entirely. So who do you think would take Kane's spot if Kane were to get abstracted?
Nobody.
I would love it if Bubble became the replacement for Kane. That would be so fun.
That would.
I don't think he
I
can be replaced.
I think Bubble would be the only one to replace, because Bubble's the only one who has been side by side with Kane the whole time. Probably the only one that knows what the ins and outs of the circus. I also would love to see more Bubble too. Bubble is also a mystery, a big mystery.
Bubbles was the real villain all along.
Yes, Bubble is the real villain.
Kane is just the puppet.
Kane killed Bubble like five times, and Bubble is still perfectly fine.
You
If anything,
parasite.
If anything, I'd see it like deleting a shortcut off your desktop.
And then bringing it back?
Well, the thing about a shortcut is it's not the actual program. If you delete it, there's still the main program around. You just deleted a tiny extension of it, a forwarding address.
So Kane just made a bunch of shortcuts and is just deleting them, at a whim.
Yeah, because you're not destroying any proper memory or the program itself. You're just deleting that instance that's in front of you.
I just think Bubble just auto spawns. I think Bubble is just programmed to auto spawn whenever Bubble gets popped.
I can see that. Yeah.
Maybe by early
Mhm.
design, Bubble just keeps getting popped, and and because of that, Kane designed Bubble to auto respawn, because like he got tired of rebooting him every time.
Yup.
That's fun. All right, but yeah. Anyways, my favorite moment was actually Kinger. Like I'm really warming up to Kinger a lot. It was the moment where Kinger and Ragatha were having that one-on-one, talking about how like Ragatha herself was, going through a lot, and
Yeah.
Ragatha is worried that like Pomni doesn't like her, but Kinger's like, don't take it too personal because, Pomni is going through a lot right now.
Yep.
Like that was a
Yeah.
really fun moment. I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he brought up how Ragatha, when he's like, remember how you were when you first came?
Yeah.
How long it takes
Showed
her
up.
to get used to it.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then he kind of forgot what he was talking about, or something like that happened after.
Yeah, Kinger has those moments of brilliance, and then they disappear like amnesia. Because
Mhm.
in the first episode, Kinger was also, addressing food when Jax was bringing up food and was like, being hungry and stuff. But then Kinger was like describing all about how digital food's not like real food. And then Jax was like, "Sheesh, what made you the expert of the digital world?" And then Kinger's like, "The digital what?"
Yep. He's gonna be that character that's gonna like say something like something smart, and then he's just gonna be like, wait, what?
Exactly.
What are you again? Oh, Gangle, you startled me.
Yeah, he forgets Gangle like at a whim.
Boy, we're not very good at this, are we?
Yep. And then can remember, Pomni seems to miss out on the big goopy monsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, she missed out on the second big monster thing that the others stumble upon, except for Pomni.
Mm-hmm. So Blaze,
Oh, hmm.
what was your favorite part of the episode?
There was actually I like the ending. The ending, we know when everyone was all like paying their respects to Cosmo.
Oh
Cosmo?
yes.
Yep,
Cosmo.
and when it was showing everyone all like talking about like the good times they had with him and everything, Pomni was looking at them, smiling, and then when it was recapping from the beginning of her falling into a pit, thinking everyone didn't care about her, but now once she's seen all of them paying respect to their friend that they lost, it shows her falling down into that pit again, but this time all of them catch her
Yep.
from falling down. I'm like, oh, I love that moment. Yeah, and now I think she's starting to grow, starting to see that she can trust them now, or she's starting to see them as her friends that they care for her.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone
So
cough cough except for Jax.
yeah, everyone except for Jack. We did not see Jack's arm was part of that grab. I was like, yeah, because Jack kind of just took off. He took off. He didn't even join the others to pay respect to their friend.
Yeah.
I was like, that sucks.
Yeah. That's another little detail that, that like fans have noted. They were like, why is Jax is the only character that, doesn't reach out for Pomni?
Well, in my thoughts, it's just then because she never saw Jack as like a friend, because he was always being such an a-hole to her and to everyone. So I'm guessing, yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. Jack's always sees Jack as like a jerk to her all the time and everything.
That's true.
Maybe that's the reason she didn't think about Jack reaching down too, because he was supposed to be I mean, he didn't even show up to the friend's like little funeral thing.
Yeah. The thing I need to remember is that those visions, those are just Pomni's point of view. Those are Pomni's visions. So obviously, from Pomni's perspective, she sees all of them, being the ones that would be able to reach out for her if she were to ever abstract. But she also would never imagine Jax doing that.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Jack will redeem himself. Maybe he will do something in the future. I mean, we don't know. This is only the second episode.
We do know.
Oh, we do?
It's been we've been told by Gooseworks on Twitter that Jax is going to do something irredeemable very soon.
Oh damn, he's gonna
I
do
know.
something to a character.
Yeah, Gooseworks is really making it known that Jax is going to be a terrible character.
Like he's
Yep.
going to have no redemption at all.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean that's something new for me. 'Cause I didn't hear about that. I don't unless I was like from like a podcast or something they did or talk
No, on
It
Twitter.
was
on
from
Twitter. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Gooseworks on Twitter.
I swear, if he betrays one of our friends, oh no, I'm gonna hate him more.
Dude, no, I already feel so betrayed when Gummy Goo got destroyed like that.
I know. Kate is just like, oh, another one got out. Wait, what? It's a
Yeah.
snap, boom, out of existence, and then Pioneer was about to lose it again.
It was very similar vibes to when frickin' frickin' Serpentius got in his blimp and fired all of his cannons toward Adam, and then Adam just blipped him just like that too.
Oh yeah. He was gonna do like one giant like laser beam, but it didn't even charge up in time, so it just Adam just like vanished him like in a split second. I was like, damn. Hey, at least he's in heaven now, so hey, it does work. There, you can redeem a sinner.
Yeah, too bad you don't have that for Gummy Goo. Gummy Goo is literally an NPC, and there's no such thing as heaven or hell for them because they're literally just video game assets.
Yep, they're just codes.
Yep. What about you, Crimson? What's your favorite part?
I would say my favorite part for this one. It's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I did like how the part where Ragnarok did get stabbed like multiple times. But then I do like how Jax was so like he was dull because he wanted more carnage and excitement, but he didn't get any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seemed so down in that episode, and compared to how the others were, the first episode, yeah, he was maybe excited because he was able to see a lot more things. But the theory was that he was still looking around, like I said, for the door.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow he didn't find a door, but yet Pommy did.
Yeah.
So it does make you think, like, is that door still there, or is it somewhere around?
Yeah, because in the pilot, it kept on going. It just kept on teleporting everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that could potentially be someone on the outside spawning an exit.
You think?
It could be.
Either
Who
that.
knows?
Or maybe it's all a psychological prank made by Kane himself to purposely give people less hope about there being an actual exit. Because technically, didn't he admit to doing that? That he wanted to give them an exit, but he never finished it, so he just added more and more doors, but it eventually led to the void.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that one.
He said something about that at the end of the pilot.
Yeah, he mentioned that he made that exit door, but he never finished it because he didn't know what to put on the other side because, he also can't get out either.
Yeah. So most of all it was just hallways, offices, just a bunch of offices and then hallways. And then we got that one big room that showed the company name in it on the wall. And and then when Pomni was reaching to the end, she found like that same computer that showed at the end of the pilot with that weird VR headset next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she got herself into the void.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, someone stepped into the void. They're gonna get spoiled. Wait, hey, what do you mean by they're gonna get spoiled?
That's a good question. What if Cain was just harvesting these human souls so they could become delicious morsels for Bubble to cook up?
Wow, what a twist!
And if they hang out in the
Bubble.
void too much, they're gonna get spoiled like rotten eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bubbles didn't care.
Yeah.
He was just chilling when he left. Oh yeah. Remember the Wacky Watch thing too?
Yeah,
You actually go on the website and you can actually find like a video.
that was a fun little Easter egg. That's very
Yeah, that
fun.
was
If you go to
cool.
wackiewatch.com, it actually is a real website. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
What about you, Worm? What was your favorite part?
I don't really have any particular favorite. I just liked it all in general.
All right, so overall,
Alrighty.
overall, what would you rate this episode then? Start with you, Worm.
I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Oh my gosh, an almost perfect. I can agree with that. I would also give it a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. All right, Crimson, how about you? What do you rate this episode?
I'll also give it a 9 out of 10.
What was that?
I'll also give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Nice. And what about you, Blaze?
Well, I was thinking of 9 out of 10 as well, but then again, I'll get it a 8.9 out of 10
Why do you lower the score?
Yeah.
because it's disrespectful for Gangle. Then she doesn't let her say one thing before they break her mask.
Ah.
I was like, no! Oh my god, damn it!
But to
You
be
lost.
fair,
You lost.
Gangle got a lot of screen time. Like
Screen
they
time
made
and-
her the pilot of the truck, which I think was really cool and very fun.
Mm.
I'm at least happy they did that. I'm at least happy they gave Gangle a bit more of screen time, and they made her learn
Evolved.
about these cool things. Like apparently Gangle has a figurine collection and stuff now. Like
Oh,
now
yeah.
we learn about that.
Yep, Jack.
And when that happened, we learned that Gangle can actually smile wearing her sad mask.
Well, even though she was kind of forced to smile because of Jack, who was threatening her about he was going to tell Ragatha about what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't being forced. That's more of just a human reaction of like, oh my goodness, I don't like this. It's a coping
Exactly.
I don't like this, please. Jack, you drive, you son of a gun. You want to do the chaos? You drive and do the smashing and everything.
Dude, no, Jax doesn't want chaos. Like, I am not convinced. Like, first of all, he says, I call shotgun, and then he sits in the driver's seat. I'm like, sir,
Yeah.
that is not the shotgun.
And then he honks the horn. He's like, oh, is that the horn? Never mind. Gango, you drive.
Exactly. He doesn't want to drive this giant war truck just because the horn sounds like a freaking metaphone. Like, that's a stupid reason.
Yeah, let me ride shotgun. Yeah, it was. I didn't get that either. Maybe because he has a shotgun. I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
A shotgun made out of
I don't
licorice.
think they'll
Black
actually bring
licorice.
shotgun to the show.
They did have a shotgun.
They did have a
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Then never
Yeah,
mind.
watch it twice. The licorice shotgun Jack have, and the one that Kinger said Kane said about Kinger with a shotgun.
But that wasn't in the episode. That was in a
Yeah, I
trailer.
know. Yeah, that was like in for like a teaser.
Yeah, Crimson, did you see that video?
I think so.
When
Yes,
he was
yes,
telling
yes,
Tommy-
yes, I did.
Yeah.
All right, because there's one line I absolutely love from that video, and it was actually from the Sun.
Oh,
When
yeah.
the Sun was talking to Kane, was like, "Hi, Kane, I'm gonna kill you." Well, why? I read all the scripts, and I saw I didn't get a single line of dialogue, while the moon gets 2. Oh well, I mean, I guess we could write you a few more lines. Okay, I don't want to kill you anymore.
Well, there you go, son. You got your lines now.
Yeah, that part was really funny.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, but you know what? Yeah, why did the moon get to see a few lines and the sun don't get to say nothing?
Yeah, no, the freaking moon got a freaking banger of a line from the first episode. The moon
Hey,
is literally
hey,
like, "Hi, Kane, I love you." And
whoa,
Kane's
let's
like,
get out of
"Oh
here
my
before the
god."
moon gets frisky.
Yeah.
uh,
But yeah,
what the
anyways,
hell?
yeah, going back to, oh man, what was it? We were talking about, oh, the shotgun. Yeah, Jax was holding the shotgun in the beginning of the driving scene,
Yeah,
where he was like, "Okay, Gangle, here's the plan. You drive up to them, then I hop on their truck, and then I shoot them repeatedly until they're unrecognizable." And then he
yeah, it
pulls
was
the
like,
shotgun, but then he never uses it. Then
yeah.
after that, he just throws Pomni, looks for the bazooka, and then like after that, just shoots them once, and then starts telling Gangle to
I
ram them, drive toward the rocks, and then nothing else happens until literally Kinger throws the anchor and puts both trucks spiraling out of control.
Yeah, actually, when he said bazooka, and then when he pulled it out, it was just a rocket launcher with a boot in it. I'm like, wait, did he say bazooka or bootzuka?
I'm pretty sure it's called a bazooka,
A
but he
bazooka.
said bazooka.
I'm like, what kind of bazooka shoots a goddamn boot? Alrighty.
Hey, it's the stupid logic of the digital circus.
Yep, nothing makes sense. Why am I questioning something that doesn't make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
I gotta think this unlogically.
But here's my biggest thing as to why I think Jax doesn't really like chaos. Is that at the very end, when he heard the monster approaching the Candy Kingdom, and he says
Mhm.
that he left the kingdom unlocked, and then everybody just proceeded to walk through the portal. And I was like, Jax, the chaos and the destruction that you wanted was literally about to happen, and you leave? Like I thought that's what
Well,
you wanted. Why would you leave?
well, maybe because he didn't want to get attacked.
Or yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's why
then
I was
again,
like,
he did walk. He didn't like run out of there.
well, no, he just, left with a sinister grin, being like, oh, well, I guess they're gonna get attacked. Well, I guess I'm not gonna watch it. Like, I thought the whole point of him wanting chaos was so that he could, engage in the fight. Bloodshed, chaos, a big epic fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm like, what? Your logic makes no sense, Jax. You want all bloodshed and chaos, and yet you leave right when the bloodshed and chaos is about to begin.
Yep. That son of a gun.
Yeah, and he knows they're NPCs, so like even though it's going to be tragic for them, they're just going to be rebooted, so nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep, they're fine.
Oh, they're better than fine. They're non-existent.
Yep. Okay, I don't like that. Give me back the.
Oh man, so we've been talking about the amazing digital circus for 1 hour and 18 minutes. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about in terms of the amazing digital circus?
Let's
So-
see. I don't know.
We could talk about anything you want. We could talk about, I don't know, funny ships that you've seen online, some crackhead theories that you may have seen. We could talk about freaking what's going to happen. What do we think the next episode's going to be? Anything you want. I'll open it up to you guys.
Let's see. I guess this is more towards the end. So like, I don't know, 24 episodes from now, they're gonna figure out how to unabstract the people in the hole.
Ooh, yes.
And that
Yeah,
would
like
be
here.
the series.
Yep.
Yes, I would love to see that.
But another thing is, I think Jax doesn't mind and wants to do chaos because he knows anybody he inflicts it upon won't really truly feel it. And if he applies
Oh.
it to the NPCs, they're not real, so it doesn't really matter. So he's just venting, just being there.
Okay.
Like no one's get really if no one's really getting hurt, is it really terrible or violent? Is the logic that I'm assuming.
Wow. Well then that makes him even more of an a-hole. Like now he doesn't want to cause destruction and pain to NPCs. He wants to do it to like actual humans because he knows that they are the ones that get actually hurt.
No. Nobody gets hurt because, like, like you said, he threw Pomni through the other truck and she stretched. She didn't feel any pain.
Sorry.
She just
Yeah.
stretched.
Physical pain, yeah. Like obviously they're in a digital world. There's no such thing as physical pain. But I'm talking about mental stress and mental pain.
Yeah. So if he
Yeah.
does it to the NPCs, no real pain to anybody. If he's an
Yeah.
asshole to anybody else, well, that's just there's not really much anyone can do about it.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, yeah, see, he's a true a-hole because he's saving the real pain for the real people, not the NPCs.
He does both to the NPCs.
Yeah, but he definitely seems to show more interest in torturing the humans than torturing the NPCs. If, you know, him leaving the NPCs to their doom is any indication.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to mess with Ragafoot in that first episode. It's like he's like, oh hey, I left something in your room. Say, you're not afraid of centipedes, are you?
Yep. Not to mention that, you know, he's always like, you know, breaking Gangle's mask as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like and it's known that he is the one specifically breaking Gangle's mask because the evidence for that is, believe it or not, their plushie commercial they did when they sang the song with all the plushies. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. In Gangle's bit, she specifically says, "I'm super happy with my happy mask," and then repeats the line, "Don't break it, Jax. Don't break it, Jax. Don't break it, Jax. That's all I ask." Like she literally just points it out that Jax is always breaking it, and
Yep.
was shocked and said, "What the f?" to Kinger because it was Kinger who broke it that time because he was eating a banana.
Let's see. Let's see. The first time we see Jack break her mask was from the introduction of the characters in that other video from on Gooseworks official channel. You can see Jack like pushing her, and then the mask falls off. And the pilot, it was Pomni. Well, I want to say it was Pomni. Well, she was the one that caused like the domino, like everyone to fall over.
Yeah, but it was Jax who stepped on it afterwards.
Yeah. Then Jack steps on it, and Kinger kind of pushed her in the. You just brought up that he pushed her in the second episode. He was too distracted by the bugs.
Wait, Kinger didn't push Gangle.
Wait.
It was a freaking
Mannequin.
one of those mannequins.
Yeah, it was the mannequin. I meant to say.
Yeah, it was the mannequin who was like, "The princess."
It's the princess, Daisy. No, it's kidding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's definitely like, you know, it's definitely just all the more evidence as to why Jax is, you know, just a very horrible person.
I was gonna say sarcastically, just such a likable character to everyone's eyes.
He is surprisingly a very likable character. Not for me personally, but I see so much like fan art and like, you know, like fanfics and theories about Jax, and like everybody loves this character. I'm like, holy crap, Jax is really popular with the fans, despite being such a jerk face. In fact, one of Gooseworks' own tweets says that I can't wait to see the Jax fandom get so divided when they realize, or once they see, how big of a prick Jax really is. And like, when I read that, I was like, you know, that could actually imply that Jax is indeed going to do something very irredeemable.
They directly say that she directly said that he will do something irredeemable.
Exactly. So it definitely like makes me curious as to what is going to happen. Cause yeah, half of the Jax fandom is going to be like, yeah, screw that guy. And then the other half of a Jax fandom, like any fandom, will defend them despite any wrongs that they do.
Some people will always assume somebody's redeemable.
Exactly. And that's the note that they play with Jax. They always play like one of the most interesting ones is Jax being shipped with Ragatha. And, you know, Jax is, you know, being a jerk, but like deep down, just like Ragatha is like, I can fix him. It's kind of like that sort of ship dynamic of like, you know,
So,
the helpful
Bella-
person trying to
Bella
help
and,
out the disgruntled, you know, grumpy man, you know, stuff like that.
The bad boy and the good girl.
Exactly. You know, that ship dynamic. It's pretty popular. And I could definitely see it. Like it's a popular ship. It gives me the same vibes as people who ship Sonic, sorry, not Sonic, Shadow with Amy from the Sonic the Hedgehog like series as well. But yeah, nah, it's pretty crazy right now, and I definitely cannot wait for more. I am looking forward to seeing the episode with the Bubble Man. There's a Bubble Man who has a little shampoo bottle that also showed up in the puppet video. That's going to be a future character. And I'm like, who the hell is this Bubble Man going to be? I'm excited to see that. Hopefully
there's
that'll
a
be
lot of
episode
characters.
3.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that they showed that they teased from that the plush. Well, not the plush, but you know, like, oh hey, we got one view from our video.
Yeah. That was the glitch announcement video. Yeah, so there's definitely a good amount of like teasers without too many spoilers. And I'm like, that's great. And you know, that's a great way to lead on a show. So I'm like, heck yeah, Glitch. Glitch Productions is honest. Glitch and Gooseworks are doing great with this series.
Oh yes. I can't believe it all started with mostly all started with SMG4. There were just people who did like videos for Mario videos. Yeah, that's how Kevin and Luke. That's where they started, and it was just them making videos for just stupid videos for fun. And they came all this way, and now they're like a big like animation company, or I don't know. I want to say a company. I don't know what's the right word to say it, but yeah, Glitch Production with all these other indie animators. Yeah, all these other indie animator people all coming together to make shows.
Yeah. Honestly, it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, they struck huge gold with the murder drones, and then after that, struck even more gold with Digital Circus. Like, I'm still blown away that Murder Drones is such a big success and has gone very viral. And and yet, Digital Circus, with only 2 episodes, has garnered so many more views. And I'm like, holy hell, what the hell did Digital Circus have in its secret sauce that gave it such success?
Oh yeah.
It has a wider audience as compared to Murder Drones, and also rode off of Murder Drone success to an extent.
Because Murder Drones already made them a big contender in like, you know, the YouTube channel space, just, you know, as being a content creator. So when Digital Circus, you know, the pilot came out, it just became a whole new thing. It was something unique visually. It was something nobody ever saw before. You know, Gooseworks is super, you know, unique with her designs, and all these characters just look like, you know, so eye-catching. It was like hitting the lines of like, you know, like childhood, you know, colors of like bright toys and circus with a lot of, you know, like themes and humor and jokes that are for like, like even like a slightly older audience, even like, you know, toward an adult audience at moments and things too. So it became a great little like they hit a nice little sweet spot of where they could, like you said, Worm, where they reached such a huge audience that can expand for a good age range, a good, range of characters and people who watch it. And honestly, I'm saying this right now, and I've already said it before, but we're living right now in the golden age of indie animation. Indie animation on YouTube and on other sources is getting outranked. Is performing better than some of the big like modern movies that
Budget.
are being released right
Yeah.
now. So many people are complaining about like, DreamWorks coming out with, not so good movies, or Disney coming out with not so good movies. But in the meantime, freaking Lackadaisy, Murder Drones, Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel. Well, maybe not so much Has Been because, they're Amazon. So they kind of graduated a little bit, but they started as indie. There's
Yeah.
so much indie gold right now that's being produced right now, being released right now, and we're in the prime of its fandom. And I absolutely love it. And Digital Circus is just the perfect blend to, bring the whole thing right round. Because a lot of the indie animation has also been very dark, very, hellish, or even very murdery. So it's nice to have one that's, doesn't revolve around those things, but still falls into that category.
Hold on.
This falls heavily in the dark category.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like visually.
dark humor.
Visually. Sorry. Let me clarify. Yeah, like compare Murder Drones to Digital Circus. Like literally, Murder Drones doesn't even show up in the light. It literally, the whole series takes place at night. Like it's like literally by appeal, it is a dark show. Like it's dark colors. The characters are dark. They have illuminated eyes because it's so pitch black all the time.
And the title is called Murder with the word murder in it.
Yeah.
So expect to see a lot of murder.
But yeah, no, you can correct me, Worm. Digital Circus is indeed a dark series. It has dark humor, but I meant visually, it is quite the opposite. It is bright and colorful and plastic all around.
Oh yeah,
That's what I meant.
It's meant to be a children's show.
Yeah. A children's show with dark humor and morals and swearing, but thankfully censored because it is meant for all ages.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I meant by that. But yeah, that's my take on the Digital Circus. Anything else you guys want to add?
No.
Then I think maybe now is when we are going to call it an end. So, congratulations, my hard-shelled hamburgers. Your reward for finishing this one episode of podcast is an amazing digital feast cooked by our very own Bubble Chef. With
Woo!
all the love that they are legally allowed to give.
Oh, great. Yay. I can't wait.
So
Hey. Yeah.
And for everybody else who was watching in the audience, which was a whopping one viewer, aka me, I wish you a happy day, and until next time when we join the Chaotix for another fun-filled episode. So long, my little superstars. I am the Chaotix. Sorry, I am not the Chaotix. I am the Watch Pony. And this has been Chaotix, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank